Hey everyone, it's Jay the Vintage Impersonator here, and we are back with episode 2 of Black History right here in my family. So in episode 1, we covered Flo Garvin, who is my grandfather's cousin. So now we're going to jump on over to my grandmother's side of the family and talk about her first cousin, Jerry Daniels, who was one of the original founding members of the Ink Spots. So let's get into it. Our cousin Jerry was born on December 14th, 1915, here in the city of Indianapolis. He attended Indiana University and he served in World War II. In the early days before the Ink Spots, our cousin Jerry and a gentleman by the name of Charlie Fuquay were actually a vocal duo, and they would perform around the city as well. Shortly down the line, a gentleman by the name of Ivory Deke Watson met up with Jerry and Charlie in Cincinnati, Ohio, and the three of them actually became the Gate Brothers. Then they changed their name to King, Jack, and Jester after that. Then the three of them were joined by a gentleman by the name of Orville Jones, and then they became King, Jack, and the Jesters. Interesting fact, by the way, Deke Watson and Orville Jones were originally part of a group called the Four Riff Brothers. Then they disbanded, and of course, they met up with Jerry and Charlie. Then they officially became the Ink Spots in 1933, which the very name itself, the Ink Spots, was inspired by a leaky fountain pen, believe it or not. Some of their early recordings include Swinging on the Strings, Mama Don't Allow No Swinging in Here, and Your Feet's Too Big. They've performed in Scotland, all of England, Manchester, the Palladium in London, all over the place. Our cousin Jerry left the group in 1936 due to a financial dispute between him and the management, and he was replaced by a gentleman by the name of Bill Kenny. Cousin Jerry was still very active after leaving the Ink Spots in 1936. Like I said, he served in World War II, and he spent most of his career as an excise police officer, and I believe the year he retired was 1981. Occasionally, he would perform with an imitative group called the Nate Williams Ink Spots, and that was in the 90s. He sang in church choirs on the side, and he taught piano and guitar at the MacArthur Conservatory of Music here in Indianapolis. He was awarded the Key of the City of Indianapolis in 1992. He's also received Indiana's highest civic honor, which is the designation Sagamore of Wabash. You know, I think of the family members like Cousin Jerry or Flo Garvin, and I can't help but just smile, and just beam with pride. I flipped when I found out that he played drums as well. Back in high school, I believe he was a part of it was a school orchestra. I believe when they used to play coffee pots, I think that's what I have to I have to do some more digging and talk to some of my older cousins about that. But he played drums for that group, and my foundation in music is drums and chorus guitar. And when I look at myself musically, it just makes so much sense now. It makes a whole lot of sense. He was a great man. Cousin Jerry was a great man, and he had a extensive career outside of the Ink Spots as well. You can find interviews of him on YouTube. There's some performances on there that you can check out. As a matter of fact, I actually have an entire playlist that I put together, link in the bio, that you can check out, where I have all that stuff compiled together. I'm still working on it, but if you want to check that out and get more, especially for the newcomers who are just now learning about the Ink Spots, you can definitely check that link out and get to know Cousin Jerry more in his own words. But yeah, that's our cousin Jerry Daniels, one of the founding members of the Ink Spots. And like I said with my cousin Flo Garvin, I'm extremely proud of cousin Jerry. And with that said, this concludes episode 2. In episode 3, we will be discussing my grandmother's brother, Harry Daniels. Jay Daniels. Oh man, that's gonna be that's gonna be one of my favorite episodes, I think, throughout this series. Yeah. Stay tuned for that because I'm gonna be dropping that soon. So, that, like I said, that concludes this episode. I don't need to say anymore. Thank you for watching, and peace out.